Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 things that you should be doing right now during the summer months for your new or existing Christmas lighting business. And what I'm going to be sharing with you will help you land your first or additional Christmas lighting project. Hey, it's Jeff, and to grow your business, learn more about Christmas lighting, or to install Christmas lights for money, do that by subscribing. And to really jumpstart your Christmas lighting business and Christmas light training, check out the link to my Christmas Lights for Profit course in the description below. Hey, and welcome back to the video here. I'm actually outside here in a neighborhood. It's actually July right now, and the reason why I'm doing that is to really share the first thing that you want to be doing here during the summer months. And the first thing here is canvassing. You want to be looking at those neighborhoods that you can actually install Christmas lights in. Okay, now there's some things that you really want to consider when you do that. First and foremost, you want to be looking at a neighborhood that has a good amount of 2-story homes in it. Now, I do want to caution you here. When it comes to 2-story homes, make sure that you're picking homes in the neighborhoods that you feel comfortable and confident in installing those Christmas lights, okay? And if you look around here, I'm just going to show you real quick. This looks like a pretty good neighborhood, right? Looks like a good neighborhood for Christmas lighting. There's some 2-story homes, 1-story homes, but more than anything, the houses are not too tall. The gables, well, some of them are steep, and you don't have to do those. But again, make sure that you're not going to a neighborhood that's a lower income neighborhood that has a lot of 1-story homes, because if you do that, you're going to be wasting your time. If you decide to knock on doors and pass out business cards, you're just going to be wasting a lot of time in those neighborhoods. I know, because I actually did that 23 years ago, and I learned real quick that I wanted to stay in those neighborhoods that had 2-story homes, where the income was higher. The median, I would say, income bracket was higher than other neighborhoods. Now, at the same time, I was real careful in staying away from homes that were really, really tall and really steep, had really, really steep roofs to begin with, because I just didn't have all the ladders. So that's the other thing you want to consider here, is make sure that the neighborhoods that you're canvassing, that you're walking through to see if you could, if that neighborhood, those homeowners would be potential customers, make sure that you have the ladders and you have the individuals, the employees, or maybe the individuals you're going to contract out that would be willing to install lights on those homes. And again, this applies for anything, whether it's a commercial project or a residential project. Again, it all applies. First and foremost, are you going to be able to install lights in that area? The next 2 things that I want to share with you, we're going to go inside my office, and I'm going to show you those 2 things that you should be doing right now in the summer months for your Christmas lighting business, whether that's a new business that you're just launching, or you have an existing business, or you just want to make some extra income during the holidays installing Christmas lights. And so it sounds like I'm out of breath here. I know it's because I've been walking outside. It's really hot out here today. It's almost 100 degrees. But again, this is the kind of stuff that you want to be doing right now during the summer months. It's really going to help you gain those first initial Christmas lighting customers, or additional Christmas lighting customers as well. And at the same time, I want to say this real quick before I go in and show you those 2 other things here. When it comes to canvassing, you don't actually have to go and walk in neighborhoods. There's other ways to do that, especially through Google Maps and programs like that. You can be looking at those specific areas, just pull something up in Google Maps and look at that neighborhood and see if you like those homes, and then you would write that down, on a piece of paper, or put it in a Microsoft Word document or something like that, so you could actually start pinpointing those areas. So with that, let's go inside, and we're going to talk about those other 2 things that you should be doing right now during the summer months. I'll see you there. Hey, welcome back to the video, and as you can see here, I'm in my office. So for this part of the video, I want to talk about those remaining 2 things that you should be doing right now in the summer months for your new or existing Christmas lighting business. And you can start these as early as you take down lights in January. But no matter what, I would just say this as a fail-safe. You want to get started on these in the month of June. July, and for sure by August, maybe even September, as late as that. But you want to make sure that you do these two things. And the third thing that I'm going to share with you, if you don't do this thing right here, then you may not have any customers for this year in terms of installing Christmas lights. And if you're a new business or this is the first time you're installing Christmas lights, that would be bad, right? Because you would have no revenue. So I'm just sharing that because to me, I think these things are critical and they're absolutely essential to get new customers, whether it's your first time and as well as if you have an existing business, to add to your existing business, to your existing customer base. So with all that said, I know that was a lot there. I'm going to share with you the second thing that you should be doing here during the summer months. And that is creating your business forms. I'm talking about your Christmas light agreement form, your estimate forms, and what I call swipe files. And swipe files are simply what I've created, something I created years ago. And they're simple templates that, let's say there's a new customer that sent you an email, okay? What would you say to them in a responsive text or email or in a follow-up phone call? Or maybe there's an existing customer that you have, and what would you say to them to actually schedule that next year's Christmas lighting project, or because it's this year, to schedule their Christmas lighting installation for this year? Okay, and there's a lot of other things there as well, including what would you say during the removal to schedule those removals? What about if there's a problem? There's a repair or something that you have to do. How would you respond to that? So that's what I call swipe files. And that's something in addition to those Christmas light agreement forms, the estimate forms, and some other things as well that I sell as a standalone product, each one, or what I call a business starter kit. Or if you decide to subscribe or enroll in my Christmas Lights for Profit course, you get all those forms free as a bonus when you register for the Christmas Lights for Profit Pro course. So with all that said, the first thing again is those business forms. Now, you don't just want to have any type of business contract or agreement form. You want to have an agreement or contract that is specific to Christmas lighting. And the reason why for that is you want to make it very simple. You want to make it look professional so that when you're actually doing an estimate, whether it's a residential or commercial project, and just so you'll know, we actually use the same Christmas lighting agreement form for both residential and commercial. And that's the way that I've designed that specific form, is that you can do that for either one, okay? And we do have on that specific Christmas light contract form something that you want to think about here, and that we have included in that agreement form. And by the way, these are fully editable contract forms. So you can edit them with your logo, change them with the wording for your company name, legal jargon on the back. I mean, everything is there. It's a front and back copy. The best way to find out about those forms is go to the store page at christmaslightsdesign.com/store. And again, if you want to just get all that for free and start jumping in to really kickstart your Christmas light training and your new Christmas lighting business, or even your existing business, then go to christmaslightsdesign.com/install training for the Christmas Lights for Profit course. Now, in addition to those agreement forms, those Christmas light agreement forms, the other thing that you want to have is some type of estimate form, okay? You don't want to just go out there to a project, a potential project, and start, walking around with some idea of what your pricing is going to be. How, what's the footage for C9 lights, C7 lights, or what's the pricing for garland or wreaths? Or, how should you price ground lights? How should you price lights on a gable, gutter line, windows, all these different things. And what the estimate sheet does, and the estimate sheet that I have, is it's fully editable. So you can change the pricing, whatever. You can change the type of lighting that you want to do. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you a template that you're going to work from when you're out there looking at that project. And really the benefit of that is it's going to keep you from just coming up with prices randomly, and then the next thing you know, you've priced yourself out of a potential project. And so that's why an estimate form is really, really good to have. And the last thing I want to talk about here before we move on to the third thing here that you want to be doing here, but the last type of business form that you want, and yeah, invoices are great, and we have those as well. But the thing about invoices, right now, you don't really need that, because once they sign the agreement form, on our agreement forms, you have a spot where you can take a down payment. Okay, so to me, invoices right now during the summer are not essential for your Christmas lighting business. So that third thing here is those swipe files. And that's very important here because it's going to set you up to succeed right away in what you should say to a potential customer, to an existing customer, or maybe even to a customer that you have right now in another service industry. Let's say you're a landscaper, or maybe you're you have a construction business. It's a particular email or text message that you can send to them right now. And so those are those particular things that you're going to want to have for your business forms. All right, so the third thing that you should be doing during the summer months for your new or existing Christmas lighting business to ensure that you're going to get new customers, whether or not this is your first time to install Christmas lights, or maybe you just want to earn extra income during the winter, or maybe if you have an existing business and you want to grow that business even more during the winter, and you want to keep your employees or staff hired and busy during the winter months, then you're going to want to make sure that you absolutely do this thing. And what that is advertising. Now, I will tell you that there's a lot of ways that you can advertise. You can do door flyers. You can go around a canvas. I mentioned that earlier in the video here. You can pass out, I said flyers. You can go and hire out ad pages, do all these different things. But in my opinion, the advertising form that works the best is Google Ads. Now, you can also do this organic search, what we call SEO. Okay, but you're going to want to think about a Google pay-per-click strategy and or an SEO strategy. And SEO simply stands for search engine optimization. And both of these things, myself and one of my other companies that we started years ago called Site Spartan, we actually do that. We have websites specifically for Christmas lighting businesses and small businesses, as well as digital marketing, including that pay-per-click type of campaign and search engine optimization, setting up your website for success, okay? So we help out in all those areas. And to find out more about that, just simply send me an email at jeffjerina@gmail.com. And not to give you another link here, but the website for that is sitespartan.com. And you can see that below here in the video. But again, if you have any questions at all and you just don't want to go to that site, just send me an email or simply go to christmaslightsdesign.com/contact and fill out that contact form and let me know how I can help you with that. But back here on that subject here, or that topic of Google pay-per-click and or SEO, I'm going to really drill down here on the pay-per-click campaign. And the reason why I want to do that is because you're going to get the quickest results for your Christmas season. But you can't, here's the thing, you don't want to just get a Google AdWords account and then all of a sudden start creating ads for your Christmas lighting business. And then all of a sudden you think, okay, what's going to happen here? Because you may not get any response from that. The other thing that can happen is you can get too much of a response, and it could be a response from the wrong type of customers. And what I mean by that is you could just be getting a flood of phone calls or emails in your, let's say your contact form on your website from that Google ad campaign, and you've spent a lot of money on it. And what's happening is it's marketing individuals, it's marketing companies trying to sell you their service. Or maybe it's a Christmas lighting competitor calling, trying to sell you some products. something like that, right? You don't want those type of leads. You don't want to pay for those type of ads. And so what I did probably 20 years ago when I really started to do Google ads, maybe 18 years ago, was I had to really drill down on the specific keywords for Christmas lighting projects. Okay, there's a lot of different keywords out there, and if you start your Google Ads campaign and you have Google do that for you, they're going to set you up with a massive amount of keywords and keyword phrases, and the next thing you know, you're going to get all of these clicks and you're not going to get any jobs from it. But what's going to happen is you're going to be spending a lot of money really fast. So when you create this Google pay-per-click campaign, you want to make sure that you're getting the right keywords and you're doing it at the right time, and you're doing it to the right demographics, and you're doing it in the right area. You're doing it not just the right time when you start it, but during the day, during the week. So there's a lot of these different variables that play out, not to mention, are you doing broad, you doing phrase, you doing exact type keyword matching, and how much are you going to spend per click? So to really keep you from throwing a lot of money out there, I actually have a training program that I coach you on how to set up Google Ads. Now, we can do that for you, or I can coach you through that. And hey, if you're enjoying this video and you'd like to learn about how to estimate a Christmas lighting project, especially what you want to look at and what you want to avoid when you're at someone's house bidding on a Christmas lighting job, make sure you check out my video titled Estimating for Success in the thumbnail above. And to learn the best way to wire C9 Christmas lights, I made a video just for that as well, and it's titled 3 Ways to Wire C9 Lights. And you'll see that in the thumbnail above as well. Thanks a lot.